Hey guys, what's up? It's Crowd9TCG here with a new video showing my Prank Kids pure build. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We start off with 3 Roxy's. He's essentially the new card that just came out. It's really good if you want to play the Thunder variant in this, but if you're playing pure, he just banishes a card. A lot of time it's cards you don't need is what I use it for, like cards I don't want to draw. Just a good way to just use Ghost Sarcophagus on any point in the game whenever he gets linked away or fused away. Next we have 3 Lampseas. He burns, he's dope, and yeah, that's kind of it. Just a dope card. Following that we have 3 Dropsies. You gain 1,000, and again, everything in this deck just special summons itself the second you link it away or whatever. It's just so good. And following that, 3 Fansies. If you're going to be playing the Thunder variant, this guy will be your favorite card ever because he is a Thunder. And what do Thunder Dragons need? Thunders. So that would be the Prank Kids line. Following that, I do play hand traps in my variant. I play 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 Droll, and 2 Ghost Ogres. So the reasoning why is because I still feel like hand traps are needed. You're not always going to be going first in this deck as much as you want to, because people will want to prioritize going first as well. In case you're going second, you need disruptions. You don't want to have them to have too many negates, too many plays, or make a board. Ghost Ogre, because I feel like just killing the monster a lot of time, like Summon Sork hit this, a lot of time they can't go around it, and that just stops their play. Draw Log, because a lot of games or a lot of decks still need to draw a lot of cards. So it might not be the best ever, but it's good right now. And Ash, because kind of like the latter of the two, it stops plays and just makes them have to think of other ways to play the game, otherwise they scoop. Now for the spell cards. 3 Polymerizations, because the deck needs it. Like it or not, you need Poly. You could run Invocation like the first place guy did. I like it, but I wouldn't run it in a pure variant, but then again, I'm not first place, so there's a difference there. 2 Terraforming, I want to see my field card. 3 Place, it's basically a searcher. You get to see your a prank that you don't have in your hand or a prank that you need. It also lets you chain block. So do your combo, this will be your last chain link. So like chain link 1 Roxy's, chain link 2 Fansies, chain link 3 Place. Now they can't ash you or, you know, anything of that sort. They can still like combo the grave you, but again, if you're going first, which you should be, you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. Following that, 3 Instant Fusions. You have 2 Instant Fusion targets in your deck. You're only going to be really using it for a rocket, but you want to see it. Just because this deck is a combo deck, you need 3 Call by the Grave. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. You need Call. Following that, we have the Prank Kids. We have 3 Pandemonium. You need 2 Fuse. If you don't have Poly in your hand, you need Pandemonium. The only problem with it, it does lock you out from other special summon monsters, but again, that's a small price to pay, but you're fine with that. Next we have 2 Prank Kids Pranks. You just need to make your token generator. You can pitch essentially you could pitch the field card, make a token, and then combo off there. And the last spell card we play is Upstart Goblin. You play 40 cards, so why not make it 39 instead? You don't care about them getting 1,000 life points because you can always burn it, or you can always get more than them. And I played 2 Prank Kids plans. I was iffy on 1 or 2. I think 2 works fine. You don't see it enough, and you can always pitch it for Prank Kids Pranks. But it's there, and it's good, and that's all that matters. Next we talk about the side deck. 1 token, because you need token generation. No. So extra deck. 3 Rocket Ride. This will be your Instant Fusion target. And it's just good because you can go through your combos, tribute him, bring back 2 Prank Kids, and if you haven't used Pandemonium, you can go into like Borreload, Boral Sword, the Nightmare Engine. There's a lot of things you can go with that. Next we have Weather Washer. Good because it protects your Prank Kids from being destroyed by battle, and it's essentially the same thing as Rocket Ride, just on your opponent's turn. Battle Butler, he's Rangeki, he's a 3000 beater. That's kind of all that matters. If he gets destroyed, you know, there's other things, but a lot of time you'll be tributing him. Next I play 1 Bow Wow Bark. I don't like it at 2. I tried it, I just don't like it. It's a good card, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the time you want to do more things on your turn and not on their turn. So normally this would be set up turn 1, on their turn 1 you know, do your Bow Wow combos, and then yeah. Next we have 2 Doodle Doodle Doo. I don't like 3 again. I never really need to go into the third one because I can recycle them so often, so I'd rather have the third spot for something more important. I do play one Roaring Roaster. If you're going first and you set this up onto an Altergeist board and you just break their board, they can't do anything on your next turn, so you just essentially OTK them. And that's for the Prank Kids lineup. Get that out of here. That's my Prank Kids lineup, so I wouldn't run more or less of any of those, but you know, you can always try. One Cerberus, because I know people are cutting it, and I cut it out for a while too in my Invoke deck. It's just so useful still though, like it comes up enough. One Phoenix, I know people run 2. It's just that right now I feel like I don't need Phoenix as much. But again, it depends on your locals, your regionals, your YCSs. But I feel like 1/1 is fine for me. I was debating on teching in an Ibli and a Mermaid, because you can make a pretty good U-Lock in this deck, but you just need too many of the right cards in your hand, and you need to not be using Pandemonium. So that's why I think Pure is not the best for that kind of build. One Borlode because you want to take their Thunder Dragons. One Boral Sword because you want to beat down essentially anyone else. And one Toad because, you know, you can make it. It's pretty easy. Not that hard to make it in this deck. You have... Where is she? You have this card. Level 2, Aqua. That's it. Dropsies is OP. Trust. Following that, we have my side deck. This will depend again on your locals or your regionals or something like that. We have 2 Prankatops. He has pranks in the name. 2 Prankatops because just good going second, you get a free monster on board and you're able to pop like Rivalry. This deck has a big issue against Rivalry in Gozen, and you can't play around that at all. Like, this deck cannot. Unless you make a Phoenix somehow prior to that, or you decide to main Twin Twisters, which I don't recommend in this deck because you want to go first. You need Prankatops. I'm actually considering bumping it up to 3 in case I have to go second. 2 Gamma Seal because sometimes you just want to get rid of the Thunder Dragons without have to worrying about things, and that's usually really helpful. Next will be the Artifact Engine. So this is kind of an iffy one. I'm still testing this out, but it's been pretty good so far. Scythe makes a lot of plays stop. If you know you're going first game like 2 or 3, siding this engine in with only 2 Sanctums has worked out pretty well for me, honestly. Being able to lock them out from the next deck or just popping something on their field is just too strong, and if they destroy this you get another like pop. It's really good and people don't anticipate it. Because in case I know I'm going second, I'll side these in as well. You target, but you take their monster. They're either forced to like give up a resource or do something with that resource. So a lot of the time Thunder Dragon players can't do anything, and you just take their Thunder Dragon and either link it away or make it so that you make all your plays, they can't activate anything that adds to hand, and then you link it away. 2 Twin Twister, because again, Altergeist matchup is just too horrible in this deck. Considering bumping this up to 3 as well, it depends on if I want to keep the artifact package or not, but this is something you may want to consider bumping up to 3, to be honest. And 3 Red Reboot, because again, this deck cannot do anything. I keep like reiterating, the Altergeist matchup is too hard to play against. Any deck that's going to be using Gozen Match or Rivalry, you do not win. Just purely because everything is its own element, everything's its own type. Like attributing types are, yeah. That would be it for my Prank Kids personal deck. Thank you guys for watching. I will be showing you guys my Invoke build shortly after this uploads, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching guys, and see you guys in my next video.